Now, as we come up on my birthday here in a few days, I understand even the sun is moving into my sign.
Everybody's in your sign. The sun enters the sign of Leo on Wednesday. So the sun and Mercury are both going to be in Leo, joining mighty Jupiter, the planet of kings, all in the sign of Leo.
Wow.
So what that means for Leo is they get their power back. They get their glory restored. Things are really, really good. For Leos, they get to roar with pleasure over the fact that they can now say what they think, which is something that's very good
I've never had a problem with that.
but it's going to be better received than it has been in the last 30 days or so. So
Okay.
It is a very, very good time for Leo. And Leos need to note how they feel over the next 30 days or so, because that's how they should feel all of their life. And when they're not feeling that way, they need to make changes to make sure that they get that feeling back.
Okay.
For Virgos, not so much. Virgos, it's a good time to take a step back, to go on vacation, to retreat, to reflect, to be a little bit introspective, to go over the things that happened in the last year, keep what they like, toss to the curb, and leave to the curb the things they don't like, because it's the right thing to do with this particular energy. For Libra, it's time to reach for the brass ring, and it's time for Libras to enlist the help of their well-placed friends, usually their male friends and colleagues, to help the Libra get what the Libra wants, which is usually more money and a better deal all the way around. And they're also pretty likely to get it. So, for Scorpios, 10th house of career and public standing. Scorpios are about to get the judgment handed down to whatever it is that they've been doing. If they've done a good job, they get pats on the back and attaboys. If they haven't done such a hot job, they hear about that too. So, but professional stuff is in the spotlight for Scorpio over the next 4 weeks or so. For Sagittarians, important matters at a distance, long-distance travel, education, and legal matters all go very, very, very well for the Sagittarians. So, you know how I feel, if you have the hammer, you need to use it, and they will have the legal hammer. For Capricorns, it's about money, but it's not about the money that they earn. It's about them benefiting from other people's resources and from maximizing existing resources rather than looking for new ones. And they get a really good opportunity because banks are more favorable to lending them money. Money can flow the Capricorn's way. So that's a pretty cool thing if you're looking for a home equity loan or something. For Aquarians, it's in their 7th house of partners. It's a matter of realizing that the partner has rights in the relationship. I mean, the partner's going to make a lot of noise in the relationship, and the very best thing for the Aquarian to say is yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. Then we get a much better result with that. For Pisces, it's in their 6th house of work and responsibilities. And Pisces need to realize that a lot of times they are an integral part of a team, of a group effort to make something happen, and that they should simply do their job to the very best of their ability. And then some obstacle that's been in their way for career progression gets out of their way, which is cool too. And also, medical news is better than they fear. So don't be afraid of it. Just go do it. For Aries, it's time to have fun. It's time for amusements, pleasures, sports, children of the mind, falling in love, having a good time. But the emphasis for Aries is on having a good time, which means not so much work, way more play. For Tauruses, it's in their 4th house of home, and they need to really solidify their foundations. Rather than taking their efforts out into the world, they really need to deal with matters at home, matters that are close to their heart, matters that, and find out that the news is better than they're afraid of. It really is. And some sort of something new comes to light over the next 4 weeks or so that changes things for them in some way. And it's a positive thing rather than a negative thing.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm happy to hear that. For Geminis, it's in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. The pace of their day-to-day living is going to pick up to warp speed. Geminis have been busy focusing on money and finances, and now short distance, short duration travel is on the agenda for the next 3 weeks or so. And they can cut out a pretty good deal for themselves with their silver tongue. So, for Cancers, the last time we're going to talk about is in their 2nd house of money. And Cancers need to make more money. And they need to make more money through the fruits of their own labor, through their own efforts. This is not money falling out of the sky on them. This is them either getting a promotion, increase in responsibility, or finding a way to put their effort forward towards making more money, because that's really what it's all about. So that's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac, with the sun joining Mercury and Jupiter in the sign of Leo.
Roar!
Excellent. Katy Perry's not the only one.
See you next week.
Always a pleasure.